This is my grandfather's 1987 Mercury Cougar 20th year anniversary edition in pretty pristine condition. I don't drive it as much as we used to, mainly because it's not in the insurance, but still in exceptional condition. I have this cup holder here. Fits quite nicely in between the center console unit and the other center console unit. Just some coupons, I suppose. Put some seat covers on them. These seats are in perfect condition, just to preserve the car in its fullest. Tinted windows and everything. Haven't started this thing up in probably about a month, about three weeks maybe. Let's see, you can hear the fuel pump going on there. 67,000 original miles. It's making a clicking noise. It's very odd. Let me just prime it again. Starts right up. Feel the air coming out underneath. It really is a gigantic engine. This is the factory motor. It's been sort of rebuilt over the years because it sat for about 20 years. But everything is original manufacturer oriented. The belt's been replaced and everything like that. Brand new radiator. Cooling system is very good on this car. I've never actually had it overheat in the past when I've driven it. The air conditioning actually works as well, which is quite surprising. It has a heater core system delete so that you can get the coldest air, I suppose. Let me just close this really quick. There we go. We got 4 gallons of fuel. That is the correct amount of fuel in it. I know, because I spent a lot of time getting that fuel sending unit fixed. And that was a pain, because they don't sell them anymore. So, yep, idling very, very cleanly right now. Everything is in really good condition on this car. Hasn't warmed up yet. Gonna let it, just gonna let it kind of see if it's out enough of an incline just to glide out of here. Nope. All right. The transmission on this car is in perfect condition. Literally no gear grinding, anything of that sort. These brakes are a bit touchy, but it's nothing can't fix. Let me get this out in the light so we can see it better. I mean, just look at her. She is really a beautiful car. I mean, come on. You saw this thing rolling down the street, it would really catch your eye. Now, it needs a good clean, it needs a good wash, but other than that, this car is in really immaculate condition. There weren't a lot of these things made, and not a lot of people bought them. But I mean, come on. That color and those rims, really just a beautiful car overall. All right, let's take this thing on a drive really quick. Now this thing may be a 5-liter 8-cylinder engine, but I can assure you, these power windows also still work. I can assure you this thing is not quick. It does guzzle gas a lot. I think when I drove it around in high school for a long time, it got maybe 12 miles to the gallon. Really, it wasn't anything special, but it is just a cruiser. This thing is a joy to drive in. Again, every digital thing is working. AC does work, but I'm not in the mood to turn it on at this beautiful Florida day. These power windows do work. These power mirrors do work. You can adjust them any which way you want to. I mean, it just loves to cruise down the street. Let me give it a little bit of gas here. It does have overdrive. Switch it down to drive really quick just to give it a little more response. This car is a really heavy pedal. I've realized that. There's a car behind me. Let me see if I can just get out of the way for her really quick. And the sound system on this car, when it came, had a premium sound system, as you can see right over there, is really, really nice on this car. Like I said, everything in this car is from the factory. Might have been replaced, but it's still from the factory. Just cruises down. I'll drive it down the main street really quick once we get it warmed up. And that big 5-liter V8 takes a while to warm up. I'll let you hear the engine really quick. Now you can't really hear it because, you know, back in the 80s, emissions and things like that tried to keep, you know, all exhaust noises and emissions down to a minimum. So, you know, you don't really get to hear that, you know, naturally aspirated 5.0. But it is still a great, wonderful car to drive in. And you could take speed bumps easily at 15 miles an hour with no problem at all. Power steering on this car, by the way, I mean, this is just with my fingertip. I mean, power steering works wonderfully on this car. As you can see, this is the 20th anniversary edition. The radio on this car works as well. When we decided to get this thing back on the road, the radio was one of the things that we had trouble with, because of the antenna, I believe. The antenna switch is right down there, as you can see. And as I hit that antenna switch, you can see the antenna go up. Okay, let's see the radio turn on really quick. Now that is on an odd station. Let's see if we can get it on something more time period correct for this car. It's not very pretty. And it has that equalizer there. Right there, as you can see. So really everything in this car is just perfect. It's perfect. I love driving this car. The only downside is that the gas mileage in this car is substantially lower than any car that you would normally want to drive for the daily basis. I'll open her up really quick for you, even though not truly warmed up, but runs fine. Runs perfectly fine. Like I said, not the fastest thing in the world, but shifts so smoothly. Now, admit the downshifts are not as great as the upshifts, but still runs perfectly smooth. Now, I don't have any plates on this car, so I can't take it very far. And that power steering works wonderfully in this, I don't want to call it a boat, but it is a fairly big car. this car did sit for a very long time, almost 20 years sat. And to have it in this great a condition is just really a pleasure. My grandfather did a great job of preserving this car to the best of his ability. There are a few things on here that, you know, he is jerry-rigged, but all in all, this car is perfect. It is perfect. Now we'll back in really quick. Okay. Just slide that back into neutral. And for people that were wondering, this does not have a brake gear changer lockout. So my foot is not on the brake right now, and I can just shift it into neutral. There is no lockout for that. Kind of odd, but they didn't implement that till later on. Just kind of babying it back right now. Don't want to be too harsh. And this pedal really is heavy. My goodness. You don't drive it for a while, you tend to forget. But, yep. That's the car. That's the car.